This is finally a video that's not Minecraft and thrown together at the last minute. Anyways, I cropped the bottom of my character still, so there'll no longer be any random bits at the bottom of the character that are visible. Anyways, onto the monster stat block you probably wanted. Before I cover more, this monster's a thing after I watched a video by XP to level 3 called The Actual Strongest Monster in D&D that I'll link in the description about how he DMs Titivolus. I watched the video and liked the idea of a monster that uses illusion spells to trick their enemies so they never know where they are. So here's the stat block and the model I made in HeroForge. Feel free to screenshot the stat block and use it in your own game. And tell me how it went in the comments because I can't playtest it myself since my group can't meet over the summer. Before going in depth into parts of the stat block, here's the lore copy pasted from the stat block. Preachers are some of the higher followers of the Archlock Church, devote the rest of their lives to the church. They are used to aid their church's goal from healing allies, purifying potentially poisoned consumables, or forcing people to reveal their beliefs. Preachers fight by peppering their enemies with many attacks while preventing enemies from attacking them, usually through illusions while aiding their allies while it's advantageous. Okay, so I should probably explain the Archlock Church itself. The Archlock Church is an organized religion in a D&D site I'm working on called Yasatara. I feel like that'll work. That's similar to Eberron, Magic Check and all. I like sci-fi, okay? The Archlock Church conspires to control all of Yasatara by indirectly controlling the governments, like in most bureaucracies. I find governments interesting, okay? I have no other organizations as of yet as a different world building project I'm working on is more interesting to me, which is sci-fi. I told you I like sci-fi. There will be homebrew monsters that are lower ranked in the church's hierarchy than creatures and thus weaker versions of creatures, but they'll be in other videos, maybe in bulk, as all but the lowest ranked one exists right now. Okay, the stat block I'll skip to the features because the rest is self-explanatory, so silent steps. This means that when it's invisible or has magical illusionary clones, you cannot tell where it is or which one's the real one just from their footsteps. This was a problem with XP to level 3's Ativilus in a later video of his called D&D Stories to Insta-Killed My BBEG again that I'll also link in the description. A character shot Titivolus after she heard the flaps of Titivolus' wings while he was invisible, then shot him. Maybe multiple times, not sure. So with Preachers, that's not a thing that can happen. I realize that I'm mentioning XP to level 3 a lot, but I'm just explaining the origins of this monster and some of its ability. Next, Illusioner. This means, no matter what, a preacher can turn invisible or other things that involve casting an illusion school spell. This means, if your party is having an encounter with one for hundreds of turns, you can't just wait for it to run out of the spells that make it difficult to tell where it is. Sure, it'll run out of spell slots, so it can't cast other spells, but still, this makes this a tough monster to kill. Spellcasting. Do I really need to explain this? You can just read the spells, save DC, and to hit modifier. I'm also not going to explain spellcasting because this is a homebrew D&D monster video, not how to use spellcasters in D&D video. Okay, actions. Choose a slightly ranged attack that's a golden lantern on a chain, unlike what the model shows because HeroForge somewhat surprisingly doesn't have that as an option. This monster was made to be trickster, using illusion school spells to make weak versions of themselves, make themselves invisible, make environments / monsters, and other things to make their enemies question what's real, while simultaneously peppering their enemies with damaging spells or their chain lantern attack, or have their allies attack the enemy for them. So I was going to do a mock encounter, but preachers are built for long encounters that I'm not willing to run a mock version of. So I'll have some scenarios to go through instead, so I don't have to run a 5-hour mock encounter. First one, if the preacher has allies against the party, it focuses on illusions, just confusing the party while its allies attack the party. The second one, the preacher is backed up against the wall with low HP and no spell slots left against the full party. It probably just casts Mislead, since it can cast illusion spells without spell slots, and get the heck out of there while using the fate to, mislead the party in the opposite direction. Third one, a party versus a preacher. The preacher will try to use its illusion spells to confuse the party as to its location while using other spells and chain lantern attacks to, attack the party. may change the stat block later on, so link a doc in the pinned comment below. Or if you're watching years into the future and my channel is somehow verified, remember to move it. It's in the description. If you want to dock that out, add update previous stat blocks to if I ever change it, with the latest version on top. So if you have suggestions to change the stat block, I may change it, and you can always access any version of it. Okay, that'll be all. I'm going to try not putting any tags on this video and see what happens. Okay, see you next week.
So, making these type of videos are a lot faster than I thought because it's the same day as I recorded the clips. I spent yesterday making the script, and still, before lunch on Tuesday, I have finished the video. Very surprising to me. Although it could be because it's summer, so I don't have school, which takes up a lot of my time, giving me less time to work on videos. So that could be why. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be making more videos like this throughout the summer. Maybe a few less during school, but still very quick compared to what I thought it would be.
Before going to depth, okay, this, yes, Sota. Yeah, that's word just, cool spell. This means that this means if your party is having an encounter with one for hundreds of turns, you can't just wait for it to run out of spell slots, and thus spells that make it difficult to tell where it is. Sure, it'll run out of spell slots, so it can't cast other spells, but still, this may